What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another video. Okay, so experts in Italy just recently announced that there is no more coronavirus in a clinical setting. It seemed to just disappeared. It's gone. How convenient! Right after this protest that's popping off all over America, and now even popping up in Europe, in England, and in France. It's very interesting that you had people that were marching for protesting to reopen the economy, and you had your characters like Don Lemon, whatever his name is, criticizing, and he was so outraged. He said on a segment, "I'm so outraged. It gets me so mad to see them putting everyone's lives at risk." And then only a few weeks later, turn around and say how proud he is of the protesters to be out there violating social distance norms or the new norms to protest against racism, because obviously protesting during a pandemic against racism is morally correct, but protesting to open the economy so you could go back to work and support yourself is not morally correct. So this is the guidelines, I guess, that's posted by the left, the Democratic politicians who support this protesting for what happened in Minneapolis with George Floyd, which is a tragedy. I don't deny that, but they're showing support for that. But they criticized the reopening of the economy. People said, let's open the economy. They criticized that. That was a bad idea. But now it's a good idea to go out there and protest. And also the mainstream media is doing the exact same thing. It shows you the top shelf stupid hypocrisy that the left lives by pretty much at this point. You know, I've even seen videos of medical professionals, medical staff in hospitals in Manhattan who came out to give a standing ovation and clap and cheer for protesters that marched past the hospitals. All of a sudden, they are exempt from coronavirus. Some of these medical staff, people in the medical field, I've seen multiple videos saying that if you go out in public, you can catch the virus, you can spread the virus, and then people end up in the hospital, putting the medical staff at the hospital at risk because they're the ones treating patients for this disease. And now here we have protesters, and you have members of the medical professional of that community coming out to cheer them and support them for going out there and putting themselves at risk during this pandemic, which in turn would put the medical field at risk. You can see their hypocrisy on this. It just doesn't make sense. These medical professionals in some of the videos were kneeling down, which is interesting because that became the new trend of people kneeling, especially the self-loathing white liberal, to kneel and beg and ask for forgiveness for the collective sin of white guilt. He's asking for forgiveness for being born, essentially, because he's not responsible for any of this. He's just living his life. But yet, because of the color of his skin, he has to beg for forgiveness. It is weak and it's pathetic and it is pandering. And everyone notices that. You don't have to do that. All you have to do is live your life and be a decent person and treat other people decently, and your actions will dictate the type of person you are. People will respect you for the person you are. You don't have to show such weak gestures of kneeling down and laying down your arms and begging to be forgiven. Even black people see that as pandering and don't like it very much. Just be a decent person. That's all they're asking for, to treat them fairly. That's it. Very simple. Treat us fairly. Okay, I'll treat you fairly. You're a human being, I'm a human being, let's treat each other fairly. Deal. That's the easiest demand I've ever heard in my life. Just how about everyone just treat each other fairly? I don't want anyone to bow down to me. If I ever met a German person and he bowed down to ask me for forgiveness because I happen to be Jewish, I'll tell him, stand the fuck up. What are you doing? Stand up and be a man. You don't have to apologize to me. You didn't do anything to me. Just treat me decent. I'll treat you decent. That's it. Fair deal. You know what I mean? That's all you have to do. I don't want anyone to bow to me and ask for forgiveness. Forgiveness for what? For being born? It is the silliest idea I've ever heard in my life. So that's all I have for this video. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the bell, and I will see you next time.